day one of competition here in Barcelona for the final of Furusiyya FEI Nations Cup. We're here at the practice arena and Jess and I are just having a look at the 18 teams that are going to take part this afternoon. Jess, this is top draw stuff, but let's just start looking. We're a very few weeks just after the Olympic Games, and the French team that got team gold there, they're here in force, the same team, so that's a cracking start, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, we're only about 5 weeks since actually the Olympics, and you have to consider the horses have come home and had a break, and those riders who have come here with their horses, they're obviously not just coming here to have a good show. They've come here because they want to win. And I think the French, not only did they take that team gold medal, they want to take the win here on Saturday night in Barcelona.
Now, one of the things that we have learnt over the years in this incredibly fantastic team competition is that nothing's assured. Okay, just because they're Olympic champions doesn't mean they're going to win. It doesn't even mean they're going to be in the top three. But not least of all, because let's just look, we've split the teams into sort of 9 real possible favourites and 9 what I would call, they could almost be favourites, but it's that close. I mean, we've got Great Britain and Germany. Let's look at those two.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, look at Great Britain. They've got the individual Olympic champion with Nick Skelton and Big Star. I mean, we all thought he was going to take his boots off after he won the gold medal, and here they are here. And I saw the horse in the warm-up yesterday. He looks fresh and really fantastic. And Nick is looking slimmer than ever. He's obviously super motivated. Scott Brash, he's just come back from another win in Calgary with Ursula. Ursula is here. The 2 Whitakers, they have Jessica Mendoza in reserve. I mean, they are so strong. And then if you look at the Germans, apart from Meredith, it's their Olympic team. Marcus Enning is back in, so you could actually say this is the dream team for the Germans, as Marcus Enning was not able to compete as his horse was injured in Rio. So, I mean, they're really standing up here with such a strong team. It's quite incredible.
On a sentimental note, of course, for Team Germany, Ludger Beerbaum's last appearance as a member of a team for Germany. That's going to be quite emotional, isn't it?
Yes, I think it's going to be more emotional for all of us than for Ludger. I think like everything Ludger does, he takes it pretty matter of fact. And like he said, it's time to move over and let the younger ones take it on. But he did say that, okay, Barcelona is the place for him to stop. There's a lot of great memories winning that Olympic gold medal with classic touch. And of course, for Ludger, it's nice to pick a place like this to do it the last time. But of course, as we know him, that will make him extremely motivated, and his horse looks in great form.
Only one nation has been on the podium twice in the last 3 years, and that's the Netherlands. They're also one of the favourites. Yes,
that's an interesting statistic that you have, that it's very open here. It's a strong possibility for any team to be up on the podium. The Netherlands, of course, have been that dominant team over the last years. This time in Rio, they were put off the pedestal. Things went a little bit wrong. They've come here with their strong riders. For me, they haven't got the strongest team of horses with them. They've got 2 Olympic horses with them. They do still have a very, very good chance, but they wouldn't be, for me, quite as strong as I would say if I was looking at the English or at the Germans or at the French.
Let's look at a couple of nations who perhaps are not in the top draw of favouritism, but we've got Colombia, Mexico, Brazil. I mean, they can all spring a surprise, can't they?
Yes, it's amazing. And when you look at the Colombian team, they actually qualified to compete here, and the Brazilians actually also, through the ranking points of the riders. Their riders were taken from the aggregate of their ranking points. So let's say Daniel Blumen is in the 70s, somebody else also. So they count together the ranking position of those riders in the team, and the teams with the best aggregate are the ones who qualified. So that shows the Colombians, each rider in his own right has been very good, and the Brazilians the same. So certainly not to be counted out. They will be here also battling to get into that top 8 on Saturday.
And of course that's the first big battle here. It's getting into the top 8 this afternoon to be in that big final on Saturday. Of course, Ireland missed out on a place at the Olympic Games. They're here with a strong team, along with last year's winners Belgium. What about those two?
Yes, obviously not to be counted out. Both those countries didn't qualify as a team for the Olympics, yet they all have very strong competitive riders. We have certainly a little bit of a change in the Irish team. We don't have Bertram Allen on the team here. But for that we have Anthony Condon coming in. He's not riding today, but he's got a very good horse and is in the reserve in case he's needed for another day. And the Belgians always strong, always strong. For those two teams, it's really about the team spirit. It's about how they harmonise together. Can they manage as individuals to come together and form a team? It's a very important point, and some other countries have over the past been actually better at it than Ireland and Belgium. And that's one of the reasons why they were not at the Olympics, but it's going to be interesting to see with some little changes, is this going to come here into fact?
Now, Robert Ridland from the USA Chef de Keep, he's brought along a quartet of ladies, and we've got Switzerland also with a strong team, and they're drawn first. Is that a disadvantage?
And I wouldn't say it's a disadvantage, because actually if you look, Switzerland have quite often been drawn first. Quite a few times they've gone first, 4 professionals on the team, and the Swiss have got a great team spirit. It's a small country, and in the country it doesn't matter who's on the team, they hang out together. Chef de Keep Andy Kistler has done a very, very good job of looking after his riders and, you know, gently pushing them in the right direction as a team. We have not Janneke Sprunger here on the team, we have for that Paul Esterman. He is also a complete professional. So many times he's come out and jumped that clear round when it was necessary. He's not on his mare, he's on Lord Pepsi here, so it's going to be interesting to see how the Swiss team come together.
Our hosts, the Spanish team, and Austria here, of course, it's not just a battle about this particular competition for them. They're also competing for a place in the top league next year, aren't they, those two?
Yes, that's absolutely correct. When you speak to Marco Fos, the chef de keep from the Spanish, he's a man that knows his rules. He's on the ball, and he has told me, and he knows that it's between the Spanish and the Austrian here in Barcelona. The team which has the best result after this weekend, let it be if they both are in the Friday in the semi-final, or let it be they both are in the final on Saturday. Whichever team comes out top is the team that is in the Super League next year. So it's very clear for them.
Now, I think there's 4 I haven't mentioned yet. Egypt, Italy, Australia and Sweden. Any one of them could upset the apple cart.
Yes, I mean the Swedish are so strong here. The chef de keep is of the opinion not to put in the individual silver medalist, Peter Fredriksson. Okay, he doesn't have all in here, but still with Flip's Little Sparrow, he jumped a clear round for the team in Dublin. So they're obviously feeling very, very strong that they don't need to use him. The Egyptians, you've got some good professionals in there. The Grand Prix winners, they're a good team, but they would not be the favourites. How can they be? In Egypt has not been a horse land for many, many years, but they are improving all the time.
Jess, we've been through the 18 teams, and there's one thing that's absolutely clear. There's no point us trying to predict a result, is there? This is very, very close.
Yeah, I think, you can obviously see that the two of us are really not betting people, because if we were going to the bookies, we'd be putting money on 8 of them to win it and another 8 to be in the final. So, no, absolutely. It's very, very open, and that is the beauty of our sport. We have our favourites, but it's so open. The underdogs, as it's been in so many times, can come and can be at least in that final 8 on Saturday. Well, let's be realistic. If you're in that final 8, you're very, very good. And whoever comes out top, they're unbelievably good.
Well, the first of the 3 competitions starts this afternoon, and all the competitions will be covered live here on FEI TV. Don't miss it. It's going to be very, very close and very exciting.